5:70. Brushman at 5:21.60. Bally Heights at 7 and 190, and the Fox at 7:10.230. All the rest are in double figures. Just note David Jensen is only claiming a half on hard shot number 9. As we'll keep a good close eye here on the start. Couple of adjustments are happening to the gear of Goosebumps, who's about 50 metres in front of the start point at this stage. So it won't be long and they'll be assembled into order. 4,000 metres. Good crowd here at Trentham to enjoy the jumps racing here today. So they'll do another circle. Gary Phillips pointing his arms at somebody over there. There he is on screen. So they will reassemble here. As we come up to nearly 2 minutes over start time. Not too sure who the offender was that was out of position. But they'll swing around again. Mr. Moore down on the inside, the Fox. Turning in as the Oysterman. Goosebumps are certainly on toe up on the outside, still wanting to walk sideways. And now they swing around to the opposite direction this time. So just waiting on these couple on the inside to swing in. Just keeping a close eye here on the starter. Okay, he's happy now, they're off. And away and racing in the Grant Plumbing Steeplechase. And one of the first out was WOTABUZZ to lead the way as they come to the first of 19 on the journey. Up and over. WOTABUZZ just leaped for it. A very poor jump from hard shot back at the tail of the field. Really climbed into it and a half pie landed on top of the brush. As they come to the second, it's Goosebumps who's taken a flyer here and goes towards the lead. The Fox is also going to be handy from Mr. Moore. And then came on the outside WOTABUZZ. That's being tracked along by No Quota. The Oysterman as they come to the next on the journey. And the Fox flew it nicely. Back and behind those runners then came a Brushman who's third to last, 3 lengths away Bally Heights and about 5 lengths away to Hard Shot. They take the next on the journey and they all negotiate it safely, including Hard Shot back at the tail, and they're strung out over the best part of 20 lengths early on as they make the southern turn for the first time, and on top it is the Fox and Emily Farr. Coming around the southern turn, leads here by 2 lengths on Goosebumps. 4 lengths away third, then came Mr. Moore, the Oysterman. That's being tracked along next by No Quota. And then on the inside came WOTABUZZ. 2.5 away came Brushman. Further back to Bally Heights. And Hard Shot is the last one. Here's fence 5 on the journey. And the 2, oh, climbing through it. There was the Fox and sold out. And is out of the contest, the Fox. Mr. Moore and Goosebumps. Goosebumps jumped it awkwardly and ran out, but still managed to take the second on the journey. Looks like Troy Harris has lost his iron, so that's out of the contest virtually. Goosebumps has been pulled to the outside. So 2 runners are basically gone already. It's the Oysterman up front here with Mr. Moore, and over with those runners 2 is WOTABUZZ. They're the first 3, about 4 lengths away. Then came No Quota, tracked along by Brushman, 1.5 lengths away to Bally Heights. As they hit around the northern turn now, towards the next fence on the journey, the man-made fence and Mr. Moore, the Oysterman, they took it together. They lead with No Quota, and right there also is WOTABUZZ. Brushman nearer the inside, and that's being tracked along by Bally Heights, and 8 lengths away to Hard Shot. That's the race as they come towards to what was their start fence, and this will be fence number 10 of 19 on the journey, and they start the figure 8 again. Mr. Moore, the Oysterman, and up handy also is No Quota third. WOTABUZZ is fourth, and then came Bally Heights Brushman, and 8 lengths away to Hard Shot. Here's the next on the journey, and they're all over it safely. Mr. Moore, a last start winner at Harwater, leads and leads well as they come towards the 12th fence on the journey. Over the Oysterman, who's a head away second, they come to it, and they're all over it. Lying third is No Quota, who's made up some steady ground on the inside to be in front of WOTABUZZ, and then came Bally Heights. Here's the next fence on the journey. Oh, having a bit of a life there was Mr. Moore, got in a wee bit close. Brushman is last of the main pack, and 12 lengths away to Hard Shot. Around the southern turn now, this is the Grant Plumbing Steeplechase here over the 4,000 metres. And on the inside, the leader is Mr. Moore. Mr. Moore in front with the Oysterman, who's niggling at the leader over on the outside. No Quota, Bally Heights, and 3 out on them is WOTABUZZ. 2 lengths away to Brushman, and the last one is Hard Shot. Pulled up Goosebumps after losing its irons, and the Fox fell at this fence the first time round. Over they go, good spectacle here, and it's the Oysterman and the grey and pink showing the way. Up in second is WOTABUZZ, right there also is No Quota, Mr. Moore wider, and right there Bally Heights. Here's the first of the double. Brushman is a length and a half away back at the tail. Over the first of the double, here's the second, and they're all over it safely. The Oysterman joined up in tandem there by Bally Heights. No Quotas there, Mr. Moore, and then came WOTABUZZ and Brushman. Here's the next fence to take them on to the northern turn, and putting up a great fight out in front here is the Oysterman. Leads with Bally Heights and No Quota, and 4 out on them is Mr. Moore. 3 lengths away then came WOTABUZZ, and 2.5 back to Brushman. That's the race now, and they've only got 2 fences left to go. Coming towards fence 18 of 19 on the journey, and 4 of them, they rise at it together. Great spectacle here. Mr. Moore over on the outside shows the way with Bally Heights. Up on the inside, the Oysterman. Just in behind them is No Quota as they're about to come across the junction. 2 lengths away to WOTABUZZ and Brushman. Only 5 lengths that cover them as they come through the rail now towards the 400 metres mark. Over on the inside, it's the Oysterman with Bally Heights and No Quota. WOTABUZZ not too far away, Mr. Moore and Brushman. 250 left to go. Coming down towards the last fence, it's Bally Heights in front. Comes to it now, 1-2 up and over. Got over it well from Mr. Moore. Whacking away, then came WOTABUZZ. And behind those runners as they come down, also to the Oysterman, it's Bally Heights in front. Mr. Moore's trying hard. Bally Heights, Mr. Moore. Bally Heights will win over Mr. Moore. And WOTABUZZ was third. The Oysterman fourth to go by from Brushman. And then we had No Quota. Finishing back a long way from them was Hard Shot. Goosebumps was pulled up at fence number 7 or 8 after jumping it awkwardly, and rider Troy Harris losing his irons. And the Fox and Emily Farr came to grief at fence number 5, but Emily has been treated by the St John Ambulance personnel.